moon energy, lunar energy to each and every one of you guys. If it is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I'm the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. The ATRs are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for being a part of our platform, and to those that continue to support my website, thank you for that support. To each and every one of you guys, I want you to understand this particular live, this is a holiday in here in these Americas. What's up, my Shamari in the house, my Cancer from Chi-Town. I want to say that our lives are here for melanated people that want to learn real magic, real conjure, real mysticism. To those that have already gotten your classes, intermediate classes, prepare purchasing those as well, and also those that have gotten your egg sticks. I want to say thank you so very much for your consistency and your persistency. What's up, my Mama Susan in the house, Gemini, and then I got my Demetrius in the house, Gemini, and then I got my Boaz in the house. What's up, my Pisces? I want to say to each and every one of you guys, this is an honor, a privilege of what we're doing and manifesting. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the connectivity is not working. I don't know. Jeremy, salutations to you. There's the numbers back up. I'm keep rolling with the punches. There's so many things that have been trying to block what I got going on. That's why I did the Ligba crossroad work, because when people are trying to close your roads, you got to use your Papa Legba or Elegba or Eshu or Lucero Mundo to open your roads and keep your roads open. What's up? What's up there? My Monique 444, my crab cakes in the house. I want to say hello to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. I would like for each and every one of you guys to actually listen to what I'm going to say. You as a grown man or grown woman have a right. If you have any questions, make sure you hit the super chat. Other than that, your question will be ignored. This is a monetized channel and is here for the support of melanated people. And if you have a problem supporting melanated people, you can find you somewhere else to go. What's up, my love in the house? Taurus in the house. And if you black and trying to get something for nothing, shame on you. How do I say this? The moon is about connectivity. And I have oftentimes really iterated. Thank you for those that came in the live. Please hit that like button if you don't do so choose. When you're trying to do magic and spirituality, it doesn't matter if you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumika. I believe that a lot of black people think it's about the tradition that you're in when it comes down to magic and spirituality. I think that black people really feel that a lot of things that factor in have nothing to do with real magic. So I'm going to break this down, and I have to deal with it, and especially my Cancerian people. And I want you to really hear me. If you got Cancer placements, this is very, very important. Especially if you're a water element or you're working with the water element, this is also essential. You can be a earth sign working with the water. You can be a fire sign working with the water. You can be a air sign working with the water. This is why this element is so important, and especially for those that embody the element itself. My subject is this. Your magic is working through your connectivity, your connection. And this may sting, and this may shatter some of your egos. But in order for people to learn real magic, real conjure, real mysticism, you have to know what something is and is not. And not acknowledging universal laws will hinder those magical flows that you desire to be a part of your manifestation. And to all of you, I need y'all to hear this real good. All of you that self-hate in blackness, to all of you that identify yourself by land and not by melanin, you're limiting your connection not only to Mother Earth, but to Father Sky. You're also limiting your access to other tribes. See, you don't have to be a part of a tribe to benefit from the Ache, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding of your other melanated brothers and sisters. This is why Yahshua said, I got sheep, not of your fold. Somebody does not have to be in your same tradition for you to be enlightened by them, for you to be strengthened by them, and for you to be guided by them. When you are searching for truth, it comes in all forms and shapes and sizes. Stay there. I'm going to be coming from Matthew, the 10th chapter, verse 33. And I'm going to take my time to break this down. And when I say break it down, I'm talking about to the lowest common denominator. It says in chapter 10, verse 33. So whosoever shall deny me before men, before your company, before the people that you associate with, those that deny me before men, him will I, wait a minute, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. This is the I am. This is the principal word of God. This is the Ache of God. This is the illumination or the light of God. He's saying that if you're refusing to acknowledge him before the men or mankind, I will deny you before my Father and the host of the spirit that are around me. Let me break this down to you. The word deny means this: a state that one refuses to admit the truth or the existence of. The word disown means to refuse to acknowledge or to maintain any connectivity with. There's too many Black American people and Black people, period, trying to practice the ATRs. In the same time, they are trying to disown and deny any connectivity to that tradition. I'm going to say this again. Many of you cannot get the full impact of your connection because a part of you is yet disowning or denying any relevancy, any tie to that said tradition or science. When you're practicing and utilizing magic, what makes your magic strong is what you're connected to. I had a young lady, and she was sitting in church. And I described her as sitting like a bump on the log. And she's initiated into Santeria or Lukumi. She has her warriors. She has her elekes. She's not crowned. And I'm sitting there, standing there looking at her. And she is not moved. Her head Orisha is Oya, which is my mother as well. Minister Mario's mother as well. And I'm looking at Sister Trianda, and Sister Trianda is not initiated. She has membership, but she's not initiated. And when she comes in the church, she talks about the energy that's in the church and how no matter how cold it is in the church, there's the amount of heat that is in the church from the Orishas and the spirits that are there. And this is the young lady that is a Cancer, a water sign, and her portal is not open to her own Orisha. When you are not connected to the very spirits, ancestors, when you are denying your own ancestry tree, you cannot draw from the power or the Ache from your spiritual core when you're denying or disowning them before your peoples. This is why some of you will never be able to utilize the male spirits that are in your spiritual core, because you're always denying male help. You're always not acknowledging the masculine energy. This is why men cannot access the connection of feminine energy, because you're always denying or disowning feminine energy. And that is where your full impact of your magic hits the hardest. When it comes down to real magic and Ache and Chi and Prana and the manifestation of those miracles or those signs or those wonders or any spell or any form of protection, it has all to do with your connection. You don't have to deny in your words only. You can deny in your actions. A man can acknowledge that that's his child, but deny that child because he does not contribute to that child's existence. You can speak and say that you're a part of something, but your action deny that you are even connected. It's too many of you guys that are in these practices, but you have other issues going on, and you wonder why the flow is not as strong, because you're in powerful African traditional sciences, but you're not receiving the type of Ache that you expect. But it has a lot to do with how you are connected and how you are treating your own spiritual core, how you are honoring them or dishonoring them, because they have to lend their Ache to you. You have your own personal energy, your own personal frequency, and your own personal vibration. But you yourself determine how much Ache you get by how you handle those connections. I'm going to say this again. If you're not in the church for God, Ola Damari, the Mighty and Zombie, El Shaddai, the Elohim, Yah, whatever divine name you want to call it, Bast, Aset, Anubis, pick what tradition. You have no connection. But you will have fake altars. Because you can't give life to an altar that you don't have Ache. I can't give heavenly power if I don't have heavenly power. I can't give extraterrestrial power if I don't have extraterrestrial power. If I have earth power, which means terrestrial power, whether it's air, fire, earth, or water, that's what I can give. Whatever Ache, Chi, Prana that you have, you can exchange that energy. You can exchange that prana. You can engage because of your connection. And this is why I tell Black American and melanated people, do not treat your ancestors like slaves. But you don't say you treat them like slaves, you just treat them like slaves. You try to work them without feeding them. You try to overwork them and underpay them. You're asking for $1 million, but you got $20 on the offering. Talk to me. I want to make it clear. I want to break all this down. You would have a lot more confidence if you had relationship. And in that relationship, you would have your connection with those said spirits. You believe that if you found out your spirit name was Anna, that is going to make you more powerful. Now that you know that your spirit name is Anna, and you still have the same practices of abuse to Anna, you knowing her name or not knowing her name is not going to make her give you her Ache. I need black people to understand it. You can't deny or disown your lineage and then try to practice African traditional magic, which is ancestral, and disown your own tree. Deny your own tree. Acknowledging not only the branches, the roots, also acknowledging even the trees that fall from your tree. Even though it's a broken branch, it's still a part of your tree. Even though the branch is brown, it's still a part of your tree. Even though it's not bearing fruit, it's still a part. I want to talk to somebody. Whether you venerate an ancestor or not, it is not your obligation or responsibility to deny them. You can choose who you want to work with, but you can't choose who you connected with. That was already predetermined when you were born in this earth plane. I'm going to say this again. Many of you practice abuse. Melanated people. You want connections, but you want those connections to abuse those connections. You want a mother to be able to abuse her. You want a father to be able to abuse him. You want a brother or a sister to be able to abuse. The only time you talk about your connection is when you want somebody to give you something. Even though the scripture says it's more better and more blessed to be a giver than a receiver. Every form of emotional issue that you have, Cancer, is stemming from your abusiveness of other relationship and the connection that you have with people, places, and things. See, your problems are not complex. It's when you don't want to acknowledge how you have neglected those relationships or those connections, or how you have abused those. See, when you're running after what you want and you're not caring about how you utilize the people that are connected to you, that's why I say that I don't send my ancestors in a war that I won't go. I'm not going to send a spirit. I'm not going to call a cauldron. I'm not going to call an Orisha into a battle that I'm not willing to be frontline in. I want to talk to somebody. I'm not going to call on a God of war when I'm a warrior myself. Now, will the God of war lend me his strength? Will Ogun lend me his strength? Would Ogun Fare lend me his strength? Would Agayu lend me his strength? Absolutely. But I'm always first partaker because I'm not here to abuse my connection unto the spirits. And if I ain't willing to fight for it, I'm not going to send them to fight for it. If I'm not willing to work for it, I'm not going to ask them to bless me and prosper my hand when I know I'm not working my hand. See, a lot of you claim that you want to learn real magic, but when real teaching is coming forth, you don't get your tools. When I acknowledge, when I see somebody determined to get victory, whether it's in a spiritual warfare, whether it's health, whether it's spiritual advancement, or whether it's economics, I watch their behavior. And I watch how they utilize their connections. Not only to me, but their connection to the tribe. See, you don't have to be defeated because you got all the connection you need to win. But you have been so abusive. You have been so neglectful. In other words, you can't get the arche that is actually in the tribe, that's actually within your connection because you have restricted it because of the abuse. It's called poor circulation. When you restrict the energy flow by your abusiveness of your physical body, it's the same thing with your spiritual body. Oh, you reap what you sow. This is why I tell people, you're not hurting me, you're hurting yourself. I said the day that black people understand that they hurting themselves, they'll stop a lot of the bullshit they be doing. There's nothing wrong with your penis. It's all about circulation. It's nothing wrong with your vagina. It's all about circulation. I don't care how old you are. When you got proper blood flow, everything works. When you have proper circulation and you have the proper connection and you're connected to the tree of life, the Sephiroth. When you're connected to Mother Earth and Father Sky, when you are connected to the energy within, you can draw from the wells of those energies in order to put you in a better position in order to manifest. But what is happening over a period of time, you have abused those connections. They ain't going nowhere. But you have less and less access because of your behavior. You went from getting all your calls answered to not getting none of your calls answered. And then when you start doing right, you start getting some of your calls answered. And then you continue that bad behavior and now you broke down again. See, it's not depression. It's a lack of accountability for your actions. When you deny or disown who you are in order to impress somebody else, and then when you get in front of other people, you're denying that you even, I'm using this as an example. Nobody knows you go to my church, but you love, this person walks in my church, And I asked Mother Susan, I said, I don't even know why they at my church. They're not at my church for God. They're not at my church for riches. They got membership. They buying stuff. But you are not behaving like a person that is in love with your practice. Let me say this, Black American people. You can't get involved in nothing, especially magic, competing with other people. When you're a Cancer, you have a natural competitive nature. And that's going to fuck you up. Because everybody you ain't going to be able to run with. Everybody you ain't going to be able to keep up with. And if you're determining your self-worth and your accomplishment based off somebody else, it's going to always fluctuate. And especially if you're trying to keep up with me, you're going to go broke. If you're trying to keep up with me, you're going to always feel like you're not worth a dime. Because I am the fucking supreme. I'm Fiona. Not this day. I'm Fiona. And when you can't work the 7 wonders, it don't mean you ain't a witch. It just mean you ain't the supreme. It don't mean you ain't practicing voodoo. You just ain't the king or queen of voodoo. It don't mean that you ain't practicing obeah. It just means you're not a dominant force in obeah. Let's get this straight. See, you trying to compare yourself with other people's measures and other people's destiny that supersede what you got going on from the time you were born until the time you leave here. See, if Yahshua left here at 33, and long as he accomplished his task, he did more than you did, and you've been here 80 years. It ain't how long you live on earth, it's what you do when you get here. What kind of impact and what kind of everlasting impact you have made. Not only on magic, but the tradition of the magic that you practice. It's nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with ATRs. Ain't nothing wrong with the connection you have. You're just an abusive bitch. You like to do stuff when you want to do it. I'm a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and Rising sign Pisces. I don't tell nobody what to do. I observe, but I don't tell nobody what to do. It's not my place. It's not my life. If what you're doing does not directly affect what I'm doing in my life, I don't care. I give out knowledge with no understanding. If you gay, straight, rich, poor, educated, not, you can come in the live, you come in for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or you can come in and stay to the whole end. What you get out of this, it's up to you. When you don't want to hear what you don't want to hear, those are your ears. I want you to understand. Those are your connections. And you have a right to connect your Bluetooth, your spiritual Bluetooth, to any type of device you want to. You can have the itching ear, and you can listen only to those that are echoing what you already believe. Maybe the channel of truth is not what you want to listen to. And you don't have to. If you don't want to listen to accountability, you don't have to. But all those choices are leading you up into the reality that you have. And I believe, sir and ma'am, you should have the day that you deserve. The misery that you have conjured, you went out your way to be that miserable. Because to ignore all this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and all this clarity, and all this opportunity that you could have been where you needed to be, there's no room for me to feel sympathy for you. When you work that hard to be at the bottom, when you allow laziness, when you keep putting your priorities in the wrong place, If you want to live and not die, then act like it. Padrino Michael don't have to make me do shit. Oba ain't got to make me do shit. My Madrina ain't got to. If you want what you say you want, then you need to be doing what you need to be doing. You don't need to be talking about. Black people like to say this. Nobody understands what I'm going through. No, we actually do understand what you're going through. You are a willful fuck up. And like a one-legged duck, it's going to swim in a circle. And when a duck allows his leg to be chewed off by alligator or broken whatever, he cannot swim normal. When you sit there and you know you have the type of connections that God has blessed you with, and you're not utilizing to the best of your ability, let me tell y'all something. It's nothing wrong with feeling like, am I doing too much? It's nothing wrong with feeling like, oh, I hope I'm not bothering him. Baby, you better use the connection you have, because that it ain't promised. Whatever knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, this is why you donate. That's why you support. That's why when that person looks up and they looking around, and I look at my Zelle, and I look at my PayPal, when I look at my website, oh, they rocking with me. Then I open that connection a little more because of how you are behaving with that connection. When you don't think what you got is too good for me, then I ain't gonna think what I got too good for you. But when you are thinking about yourself, I'm gonna think about myself. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. Some of y'all trying to make life and what you're going through so mysterious, and none of that. It's really simple. Every fucking relationship you got, every fucking connection you got, you abuse it. You abuse it until it erupts. You abuse it till it calcifies. You abuse it till it is plugged up and it can no longer get blood flow. And that's when you can happen. Yes, you're going to have a heart attack, but you deserve that. Because nothing just happens. Energy cannot be destroyed. You're getting messages every single day. I don't know how a dumb bitch can get tired of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Look at your life. How you gonna get tired of any video I got? When you keep making wrong economic choices, when you keep picking wrong niggas, when you keep taking your wants and putting them above your needs, you's a dumb bitch. What else you want me to tell you? I don't care if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santa. When I say dumb bitch, I'm talking about male and female. When you chasing behind pussy or dick, you's a dumb bitch. You can't never lose pussy or dick chasing money, but you can lose money chasing dick or ass. You heard it from the pastor. I've never seen some dumbass women. You gonna pay half the bills and give him pussy? Oh no. I would be considered the nastiest woman. Because ain't no way you gonna be fucking on me and I'm sucking on you. And I'm letting you hit it from the back or the front or the side. Cause I'm nasty like that. And then I'm be paying bills. I ain't say I ain't gonna help. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna assist. I'm like Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen on the assist. Dwayne Wade on the assist. You not gonna I'm not gonna pay all my bills and then you get to lay up in my bed and get pussy. No, you give me some head. If I was a woman, I open my legs, give me some head. I mean, I want you to suck my clit until it swell. Them niggas. Oh my god, nigga, I got more insurance on my vibrator than I got on you. And people go for what you allow them to go for. People treat you how you allow them to treat you. I try to tell people without telling them how to live their life. But I try to drop knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, clarity in all aspects of life. Whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Whether you work with me or whether you just watching my videos. If I ain't want to ruin your grandmother, I'll show her pussy still work. But if I do that, I'm getting all her social security check. I'm getting all of her pension check. Huh? Oh, I'm a tenor on. She gonna have to pay me. But I will have that pussy around here purring like it's a brand new baby. But I don't want to go back to my old ways. I want to break the patterns. You are avoiding knowledge, wisdom, understanding that is being freely given to you as a melanated person, especially a black American person. We're telling you that these people are skinful, but they're not kinful. That why are you spending your money with people that don't respect your sacrifice and sacrifice of your ancestors? See, you don't have to deny your ancestor the way you think. You can deny them by allowing people to mistreat you for the sacrifices your ancestors bled for. I'm gonna say that again. I'm not gonna let a lot of people don't understand this about me. I'm a Sagittarius, my moon in Aries and rising sign Pisces. So I'm gonna tell you some real shit. The reason why a lot of people are losing battles to me, because they don't understand. I have too much ancestry and too many ancestors, living and dead, that have invested too much in me. I have too many spiritual leaders that have invested in me. I got to honor all those people that have gone on before me and made sacrifices for me to get in the position that I've got. All the people that have invested in my ministry and me progressing in my ministry. I'm fighting for all of that. I'm not just fighting for me. I'm fighting for the mothers. I'm fighting for the fathers. I'm fighting for the black men that bled. I'm fighting for the uncles that went to jail so I didn't have to go to jail. I'm fighting for the uncles and aunties that sold drugs that I didn't have to sell drugs. That I can become a UPS driver. That I can retire in 30 years. And that I can go legal because they did it. So I didn't have to do it. I'm fighting for all that shit. When I stand, I'm standing on the backs of so many ancestors. And I refuse to let them down. I will fight you with everything I got. And I will draw from their essence in order to fuck you up. Huh? It's too many people that took out their time to educate me and take out my time and when I was out there bullshit. Came my nephew. Came my cuz. Let me talk to you. Okay, my son, I know you're gonna get mad, but I'm your mammy. If nobody else tell you the truth, I'm gonna tell you. I know you're gonna get mad, and you might not come around for 3, 4, 5 months, but I'm gonna pour it to you. I got too many people that have sacrificed their life, put their lives on hold for me to get my shit together. My sister, my mom took care of my son, my first son, before I was around there whole hopping like a mug and disowning. My mama told me, if he ain't your son, either you got it, either your daddy got it, or your older brother got it. And they said they ain't been there. So give me my grandson. When people putting up with all your bullshit, when you ain't got it together, you owe them people at the very least to that they sacrifice and whatever they did for you early in your transformation, that it's worth it. If they mean anything to you. They did not go to, I remember my auntie couldn't go to school because my grandmother had so many kids. But my mother was able to go to school. There's many things that were put in motion so you could be where you are. And you are here fucking it up. You don't know how many dicks your mother done suck to raise you up. So you didn't have to suck dick. And now you out here sucking dick for free. I know she about to lose her ever-loving mind. Your father gave up all kind of ass. Huh? 8 inches, 9 inches, 10 inches, 11 footers. So you can go to college. And you got the nerve to be a college dropout? Oh my God. See, abuse and denial happens on so many levels. And you get in front of people and you're ashamed of what you're really believing in or what you claim to be believing in. And my turn off with this young lady is I know she don't believe in Oya like that. There's no way that you can believe in Arisha and you behaving like that. One of the things that I tell people when they trying to mess with me in such a way, I ask them this one question. I say, do you know how to enjoy good dick? I didn't ask you, did you know how to take good dick? I said, do you know how to enjoy good dick? Do you know how to enjoy good conscience? Do you know how to enjoy good knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? See, when you're enjoying it, I'm going to see it. When they say the joy of the Lord is my strength, joy is an emotion, a feeling of bliss. I'm happy to be here. That's when David said, I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of God. You acting like somebody got you held hostage to practice Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo. What the fuck wrong with you? You want everybody to believe this is ancestral and you're doing it for the ancestors, but you acting like somebody got a gun to your head. That you gritting every tooth that you got because you got to do it. Where's your praise? Where's your honor? Where's your dedication? Where's your conviction? You act like you the only goddamn person that's going through something in life. I don't care how much you initiated. I'm going through something right now. I got a ceremony to go through on September 1st. I got to be in Tampa on the 4th and 5th. Do you know there's some people that help me? But the people that should be helping me the most are the people that benefits the most. And those are the people that give the less. Because they think I'm going to keep on giving them access. I'm just like that heart valve. I'm going to bust their heart. I'm the wrong motherfucker. You think you're going to pour in 20% and get 100? You think you're going to pour in 40% and get 100? You must think this is not SLD over here. I'm a chess player. I'm not even a checker player. I'm a chess player. Where do you think I'm not calculating? If Tree don't think I'm adding up shit, she crazy. Cause you ain't gonna spend my money. You can spend every quarter you got, but you won't be spending mine. You the one need somewhere to warm your nuts at. You acting like I'm gonna lose something because you don't like my delivery. I had somebody tell me, I don't know if it gonna fit. I said, what if I know what I'm doing? That's not your problem. Do you want it? You're trying to concern yourself with something that ain't got nothing to do with you. All I need to know, do you want what I have to offer? Yeah, okay. It's my job to get you to a place that you can receive it. If I want gratification and satisfaction from what I want, then it's my job. You have already placed your order. It's my job to serve. See, some of y'all don't know your role. You don't know your position. You trying to get you to manifest when it left up to your ancestors. And if you understood your connectivity with your ancestors, you wouldn't treat them like you treat them. You wouldn't squander their blessing. I don't know why y'all think that them spirits ain't listening. I don't know why y'all don't think that those spirits are not conscious of what you're doing. The reason those doors are constantly open for me, because they watching me. They're watching whether I go to the left or to the right, or whether I stand still. I have to make a same choice that you make. I choose. I either choose life or death, or I choose blessing or cursing. It's not different. They're sitting there watching you, and now you frustrated, all because of you. Do you know what the concept means when you make your bed hard? You don't want to sleep in it. When you ever heard an older person say, all right, go ahead and hit that brick wall. All your life is doing is manifesting your rebellion and your disobedience. Not to my spirits, to your own spirits. That's why shit going the way it's going. It's not because somebody throwing at you. Because even if somebody was throwing at you, your ancestors will move it out of the way. That's their job. Your spirits in your spiritual court will move that shit out of the way. Just like I'm going through my healing process. I'm recovering. I already know my client is going to be doing better because I'm doing better. Do you understand? How your connection is so important. How you gonna do water magic and you don't understand water is a portal? How you don't comprehend that? That you use water to birth life. What part that you don't understand? And if you tank water, you kill the life. If you send negativity in water and you crystallize it, it creates an ugly image. But if you speak love and peace and joy into that water, if you crystallize it, it has beautiful formations. That means water is programmable. Your life looks like the fucking shit that's on the inside of you. That ugly ass heart of yours, those ugly ass ways of yours, whether you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, it is speaking. And it's speaking loud. It's coming up through your skin. We know you toxic, but now that toxicity coming through your skin. And no matter how much makeup you put on, I don't care how much you shave, sir, that shit show up in your skin. I told you I'm gonna break it down. I'm not gonna leave any room for you to be confused. Cause the people say they confused, especially black people, they lying. You ain't confused. I'ma hem your ass up in so many different ways in this lesson. Because until you respect your own energy, your own chi and your own prana, and your own connections, while you worried about somebody else's connections and how they utilizing their connection. There's sometimes me and the mother Susan is talking on the phone, and sometimes on my end, my call drop. Sometimes it's call drop on her end. That doesn't mean the bill ain't been paid. You just got to recall. You got to call a bitch back. Stop making things difficult. Call a bitch back. Unless you tired of talking or you finish talking. You can reconnect your connection. Daniel continued to pray, but he was heard the first the first time he prayed. Some of y'all let people tell y'all some really bullshit. Anytime a woman talking about she depressed, it's not if it's not because of the bullshit she doing. A man talking about he depressed, he down on his luck, cause he keep fucking up what God has blessed him with. If he wasn't out there trying to keep up with the Jones, he would have what he need. It's just that simple. If you weren't out there trying to outdo Jay-Z and P. Diddy and Donald Trump, you wouldn't be in the predicament you in. Most of the conflicts that we have in life are incurred by us. Very few things are afflicted upon us. And when you don't do what you need to do, when it comes down to your cleansing, to your protection, you're the one leaving yourself vulnerable. You know what? You feel that Apostle either gonna gain all this stuff, and he love me so much, he gonna sit there and still do for me. You so fucking crazy. If I don't force my spirituality on my own children, my own mother, my own sisters and brothers, why the fuck would I go through all I'm going through and let you do what you want to do? And who the fuck you think you are to me that I would even do such a thing? That shows you how crazy and delusional your ass is. I ain't never told nobody at no time that I was a nice person. I've never said that. I ain't never implied it. I ain't never suggested it. I said I do nice things. I done said I'm trifling. I ain't say I'm the only trifling person in my family. I said I was the most trifling person. This is why I don't bother people. This is why I tend to my own business, because I know how I am. That's why I don't be fucking with other people's stuff. So if I ended up with a situation and you become a problem to me, you came over here for that. And I'm gonna make sure I live up to the expectation. But a lot of y'all want to practice magic and you want to abuse your connectivity to your ancestor. You want to disown your ancestry because you think somebody else's ancestry is greater. And for all of y'all that don't honor melanated people, and you trying to be, and the one young lady, she's a fucking Viking. Your black ass, your mama black and your daddy black. How the fuck you become a Viking? Okay, now you got Celtic magic. People can be so delusional. When you hate being black, don't practice black magic. That's all I'm saying. If you don't like your African roots, don't do roots. If you don't like um, melanin, if you don't like dark magic, then don't practice the dark arts. It's so simple. But you want the power to impress white people or people that want to be adjacent to whiteness and white supremacy, and you want our magic to be succumb to their bullshit ideas. Just like antibodies, we're gonna fight your ass. Our immune system is strong enough. Those free radicals, we're gonna fuck you up. Your ideas and your suggestions and you lacking, that's why Harriet Tubman had to pop a couple people in their ass and they had to bury them. Because what a lot of you don't realize, I know that you're not around me for the right reason. That's why I keep asking you what you here for. You ain't got no money. So me fucking you up, I don't profit from that. You have no status, you don't have no name, you don't have no brand, you don't have no style, you don't have no finesse, you don't, I'm not even for sure you got good pussy. And I can't speak on that because I ain't never had none of your pussy. But I know you ain't the smartest crayon in the box. I know that for sure. And the reality is, as much as I tell you information for free, you would think you would be lining up. But you ain't gonna do it. Because you're egotistical as person. And one thing about ego, with a Sagittarius, we have no problem cracking your ego. Cracking your ego like an egg and scrambling your shit in front of everybody. I keep warning people, and I thought about it, I'm not doing that no more. I'm going to roast your ass. And I'm going to roast you. I'm going to re-roast you. And I'm going to make money off my videos roasting your ass. Because I got to get something out of it. Because I can't get shit out of you. So I got to get something out of my platform regarding you. I'm going to use you as a teachable moment. Stop abusing your connection. Stop abusing that which allows you to draw energy, strength, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from. And understanding everybody making a sacrifice, no matter who they are and where they are. They all giving up something in order to pour into whatever we got going, whether it's the elite, whether it's a tribe, whether it's a coven, whether it's a church. Don't matter. You're not the only one that's contributing. But stop trying to use other people and keep your part back. I can't wait till you end up in a hospital for what you keep claiming you're not doing. If you keep playing, a part of my Odoo was my number came out 9. and I showed it to Mother Susan, and it said this man is either crazy or he's very good at playing crazy. And my Oba looked at me. He said, "That's true." I said, "Absolutely. I am really crazy, but I can play crazy with the best of them. If you come fooling with me, I'll play crazy with you until I get to a point or I need to do something else. If you don't know nothing, I don't know nothing. It don't bother me. Take your own crazy ass on down the road. But when I get tired of your foolishness, I'll show you crazy. I will serve crazy up on a platter. And won't have no problem. I don't care what nobody think about it. Once I do something, I don't really care what other people think about it. So if you want to utilize your connectivity, cherish your connectivity, honor and venerate your connectivity, and don't abuse none of it, and don't ever disrupt the flow of your ancestry or your spiritual team because you're being disingenuous to them. Don't don't ask them for stuff that you're not investing in them. Don't do it. And the reason why some of you are not going through what I'm talking about is because you're taking care of your ancestors. You're taking care of your altar. You're taking care of your spiritual hygiene. But it's always one or two fuckers. They're gonna try to make so much noise like it's everybody. It ain't everybody. It ain't everybody. But I'm fit to make a Broadway show, a Broadway show out of their asses. I'm gonna start with episode one, and depending on how I want to run it, and I'm gonna show you how to play chess with supposed to be crazy bitches. I'm gonna show them crazy. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all on tomorrow. Now on September 4th, I will be in Tampa, so I have 2 days. I got to get my orders out, and I do apologize, but I've been going through some stuff, and get my orders out. I'm trying to get them done in the next 2 days, and before I go to Tampa. Okay, so I'll see y'all guys. Any job, internship available. Oh, Paulo. It's like, right. I know that's right, Demetrius. All right, I see y'all guys.